Hi, this is Mark from SMPostcards again. I have another video today fully packed with things to go over. So first I'm going to go over the 8 cards that we sold in our eBay store, and also we sold 1 card in our Etsy, but I didn't sell any cards on HIP. Some days it's busy, some days it's not. Then I have a special topic, postcard sets. What are they? And then I have another special terminology term, charity seal. And I have a couple examples of those. And then I'm going to do a short video, one of our short videos, of the courthouse in Woodbury, New Jersey. So it's the postcard in the past, and we went out and got a picture what it looks like today. So let's go ahead and get started here. I'm going to go through a few of the cards on eBay. And for anybody that's new here, what we do is I show you the card, front and back, what it's sold for, and a little, if I know anything about the card and what to look for when, what people are looking for. So the first thing I sold on eBay is not a postcard, it's a cigarette card. This way. So it's from the Wing Over the Empire Churchman Cigarettes. It's an international card, I think it's UK. But if you look on there, there's a little plane, and this is Gibraltar. So these were cards I did in one of the videos. I did a little definition about cigarette cards, and I got a video to talk more about these. But these were used, they slipped into the packs of cigarettes back in the day, and the Wings Over the Empire was a series that they did. Yeah, I keep putting it the wrong way. So, but that's a cigarette card, and this sold between $4 and $5. The next card that sold is a linen card, and if I hold it back here, if you're watching the videos, you kind of know it's a linen because of the blue. That's that extra palette they put in there when they did the linens. But this is a beach scene, Ferrystone Park, Patrick County, Virginia. There's the dock. Those are the people there. And the message on the back was kind of interesting. This is where your little cross came from. And whatever Ramelda, whatever her name was. I wonder if they found a cross like at the beach someone lost. Unposted linen card. Not too bad. Sold between $4 and $5. The next card that sold is Nevada City, California, the OSA office. So it's just an older historical building. Chrome card. Nice condition. Solid sides. Unposted. Sold between $4 and $5. The next one is the Art Museum in Philadelphia. Yes, those are the steps that Rocky ran up. Now, Rocky's not at the top anymore. Rocky's over here. So if you're going to the art museum, look for Rocky. He's off to the side now. And there, but that's the steps that you run up of the art museum. I used to travel every other week for a few years to work in Philadelphia from Chicago. So I kind of know that place. But that's a chrome card of the art museum in Philadelphia. So today's special topic is postcard sets. And I'll put it down here, the definition. It's kind of short, but straight to the point. Postcard sets. Postcards published in a group. They were sold in packets or individually. That was the definition I got. I don't like the individually part because sets is plural. So to me, it's postcard sets. Postcards published in a group. These were sold in packets. And what do you mean by packets? Well, I got an example here just to show you that. So this is an older vintage souvenir of Gray Line Tour of New Orleans. So it comes in a packet, Gray Line Tour, and inside here, I get a nice little booklet. Inside the booklet is a pack of postcards. And we're going to go over these postcards here in a minute. But inside the booklet gives you some writing. Not the type of book I like, there's no pictures in it, it's all writing. But on the back it also has a little bit about the Gray Line Tours in there, so marketing on there. So far we got a packet, envelope, and a little booklet. And we got a postcard set of New Orleans. So let's take a look at what some of these cards are. So this is like the courtyard prison rooms, and it's a type of a linen card. New Orleans. This is oldest cemetery, St. Louis Cemetery, New Orleans. They had to bury their people above ground because of the water table. So that shows a picture of the cemetery. The next one is Pirates Alley. I've sold this card many times over, different views of it. But these are all unposted cards that came in that set. This is the New French Market in New Orleans. So the New French Market. This one is Jackson Square, and it shows the little names across the top here of different buildings and stuff, but that's Jackson Square in New Orleans, unposted. Now this one, if you're doing postcards long enough, you're going to see this one many times. It's the corn fence in New Orleans. The fence was made to look like stalks of corn, and that's the corn fence in New Orleans. This one is Packman Oaks, New Orleans. So there's some Spanish moss hanging down on there. And also, if you're doing postcards, this is a vertical card. This is the lace work in the iron. You'll see that card in chromes or different, mostly linens and stuff. But you'll see that card a lot, and they do sell. So all of these cards here, if I went to list these individually, they would sell about $4 or $5 a piece. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's about $30 in postcards if they all sold. But with the packet, together with the book, I would have to research to find out what this would be worth. So these are one of the things that we would set to the side and do a little more research on. But this is from my collection, so I'm not selling this one, so I didn't really do any research. And I got this in a lot of postcards. It was a box of postcards, and this was in the back. But that's a postcard set right here. Now, what you want to be on the lookout for is this looks the same. It's Bangor, Maine packet. You can put a stamp on here, and you can mail this. And it looks like a postcard set. Even when you open it up, those look like postcards. Take this picture, for example. You got the front. You got the back. No place to put an address or a stamp. These are just pictures, and it's real light paper. This is not mailable paper. It's not magazine type, but it's a real low GSM grade paper. So that's not a postcard set to me, because postcards published in a group and they were sold in packets is the definition. These are not postcards. So you want to be careful if you're buying any souvenir packs to resell and you think they're postcard sets. This is not. I don't do a lot with these. I just bought, I think, about 2 dozen catalog, I call them catalog packs or flip out packs, just to put them up to see, because I never really did a lot with those, and the ones I did have up, I think they're still up, but I wanted to push them a little bit and see if that's something that I could get a few dollars out of. So I'll let you know in a future video how I'm doing my little experiment, but always experiment with different types of cards. I got cigarette cards, trade cards. I just put a bunch of Elvis Presley card up. Different cards in your store to bring people in. But postcard sets, who knew? So let me do a couple more cards here on what's sold or what people purchase. Now when I go through these, it's not how much money I got from or how many are sold, it's the variety. So when you're going out to the flea markets, the antique stores, or someone wants to sell you postcards, you have an idea where to start. So the next card that's sold on eBay is USS Badger. I bought a lot of cards, I think over 100 or something of these types of Navy boats, and they're really kept really well. They're almost like photograph quality paper and everything. But this is the USS Badger. I already got my money back for what I paid for these, and I'm working on another one to see if I can get some more of the military. They don't sell as quick. I think people are choosing the boats that they were on, or they need to fill their collection, but $4 to $5 for these. Now if I had to pay up, then I would raise the price, but my margin is still set with those. The next one is Silver Springs. This is a street scene in between gun battles. Silver Springs is like Cypress Gardens. You can get a lot of those in your store, so you want to be careful that you don't buy a big lot and they're all Silver Springs or Cypress Gardens, because they're all going to be pretty well the same views. But I've sold this card before. It's unposted chrome card, $4 to $5. Now, along with every video, I try to do a terminology. Postcard terminology is the easiest way to learn some of the things about postcards, and also enforce to yourself you know what you're doing, you know what you're talking about. There is a learning curve in postcards, but you can cut down how steep it is by learning the terms. Now, there is crossover. What one person says one thing is, another one says it's not. So you want to be careful and do your research, but at least you know generally what they're talking about. So this term I have today, charity seal. I'll put it right down here so you can see. Charity seal is a stamp or a Cinderella stamp. So that's the crossover. Different words for different names. Charity seal is also called the Cinderella stamp. There's probably more into that, and might be a little bit more. I'm not a stamp person. I don't do stamps. I've looked at them a little bit, but I figured I didn't want to go down that rabbit hole. In my store, do I have a postcard that it probably has a very expensive stamp on there? Probably. To me, if I get myself into a lot of things, I can do them well. But if I focus on one thing, I do it very well. Maybe later on I'll branch out, get an idea, talk to some stamp people, but to me it takes a lot of work to do those little stamps, and so I'll let the other guys take care of that, and they can find those expensive stamps. They're all yours. Come get them. Just buy the postcard. So charity seal is a stamp or Cinderella stamp that is affixed to an envelope or a postcard without contributing to the required postage. So these are little stamps you see next to stamps or on the back envelopes that have no monetary value for postage. Post office don't care. They're sold typically around the holidays to raise funds for charity. I don't have a physical example of these, but I did find a couple pictures of a couple that I'll show you here in a second. The first stamp was conceived in 1904 to raise money to fight tuberculosis. And one of the examples I have is about tuberculosis. They had raised enough money with these stamps to build their first sanitarium. So they are a good way for charities to get money. I know my mom used to send money to Boys Town. My father was in Boys Town for a little while, and she always sent them what she could every year, and they would send her a calendar and a bunch of like charity seals or Cinderella stamps that she would affix to her Christmas cards. So she would get something back for the money physically to show them and keep it in mind. They started in the United States in 1907. Seals were sold here in the States in sheets and booklets. While the use of a seal inferred support for charitable cause. So if you affixed a tuberculosis stamp to your letter, it kind of said, hey, I support that cause. They were also sometimes used as expressions of patriotism, especially during war times, buy war bonds or, soldiers. Seals continue to be used today in many countries and here for many different causes. You can still see them. They're pretty prevalent. They're self-sealed now. You don't have to lick them, I don't think. But it's a good way to support a charity if you do send out physical mail to stick one of those on there. So here's the two examples I got to show you. I'm going to put pictures over here to the right, my right. So the first one is a sheet, and that's a sheet of Christmas holiday stamps, and at the top it says no one is safe from tuberculosis until all are safe. So this supports tuberculosis. So you would buy the sheet for $10, $5, or maybe whatever you want to donate, they'd give you a sheet. Most charities will take anything that you want to give them, and then you would just peel them off as you do your envelopes. The next one here is Santa Claus, and he's got a red nose. It's American Red Cross, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Pretty prevalent. This looks like a more of a vintage one on there. 1914, I think it says, across that stamp. So just tells you how long they've been doing these charity seal Cinderella stamps. But that's of Santa Claus for the holidays. You donate to Red Cross, they give you a sheet of charity seals to put on your letters. Charity seals. Who knew? I'm going to finish up the last two cards that sold. We sold 8 cards on eBay and we only sold one on Etsy, 0 on Hip. So not a real big day. And remember, in the reseller world, you're going to have up days, down days, up days, down days. So you just kind of take the average and set yourself a goal. Do I want to sell 10 cards a day, 100 cards a day? Make it realistic, but set a goal on how many cards you'd like to sell a day to meet your financial obligations and your personal, whatever goals you want to set. It's kind of something to shoot for. Don't watch the other person that's selling cards. You don't know what he's doing. He could be having friends buy him. Somebody bought 70 cards from him or something. Or he's been doing it a long time and has a lot of connections. Or the real big sellers. You know, they're established. You know, don't compare yourself to others. That'll drive you crazy. Do what you want to do and what you need. But it does take a little while to build up a postcard business. You got to understand them. You know, make sure you're going to get some returns with them too. And they're all business, and that's an expense, just like printer ink. You're going to run out of ink, you're going to have refunds. I budget 3% for refunds every year. Right now, the last 2 years, I've ran under 0.5% refunds. So I have a little extra cash in the kitty to self-insure. But refunds are part of the business. You got to treat it as an expense. Set yourself a limit. And if I go, when it gets up close to 3%, then I need to do something. I need to look in my business practice and say, okay, how can I bring this back down to a manageable level? Maybe there's nothing I can do. Maybe I need to put a nickel on every postcard just to self-insure for the ones that don't get lost or mailed. Those are all the different things, but set yourself a goal. Mine's 3%, and I average that across my toy store too. I'm under 5.5%. And some of those refunds are warranted. It broke in the mail. I missed something on the description. Refunds don't come in that often, but when they do, and sometimes it's a downer. But remember, that's not your money for the first 30 days. They can do that, and 180 days they can do a chargeback. But $4 to $5, $10 postcards, most of the times they're not going to bother you. But the next card that's sold on eBay is Notre Dame Ducamp. Not too sure. Maybe this is, really don't know what this is. It just says Notre Dame. I think it's a international card. Chrome. But this card is a postcard, but it doesn't have any writing on the back or any stamp box or anything on there. Sometimes it's real light and you can't see it, but this one, no. But it's just a chrome card, $4 to $5. And that's all the cards on eBay. But the one card we sold on Etsy, and I've sold different one of these, and you always want to make sure you put Swanee River in your title because people search on that. You know, Stephen Foster's thing. Unposted card of the Swanee River, nice view. It does have a little bleed or something on there, but that was in the photo. I didn't describe it, wasn't that bad, and it's still sold. So those are the cards that we sold on Etsy. Total of 9 cards overnight. Not too bad. Average price $4 to $5. Now, I don't have any viewer comments or anything that I went out and bought lately, so I thought I would do one of our past and present videos for you. I have a friend, he took a picture of the courthouse for me. I have a postcard of the courthouse in Woodbury, New Jersey, and he went and got a picture and sent me the picture of it. So I do have the postcard, and shows what it looked like in the past, and we have a present video. So let me go ahead and start that video for you. Here you go. I hope you like that video. We have a lot of those videos in our channel. They're under a minute. You can go in and click the playlist, and I think they all play at once, so in 5 minutes you could probably see them all. But we're putting up, every Tuesday we put out a short video of a past and present view. And I just got back from Florida a couple weeks ago, so I have a lot of Florida ones I got to finish up and stuff. But Thursdays is when we try to put out these longer videos with the special topics and stuff. But please leave any comments below. Look at the description, there's a lot of stuff in there of the video, some links that'll take you to answer some of your questions. We appreciate you watching, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks.